Von Rivers, Phoebe Marketing Group, also the creator of the Phoebe, are you Shark Tank these days?
with DC Shark Tank in DC,
DC Shark
Phoebe
Tank.
Pitch Tank in other areas of the country.
I got to be a shark
Yay!
on one of those Shark Tank things. It was a lot of fun. They do. She's just everywhere and full of ideas for helping your business grow. I'm pleased.
Okay, all right.
Just impart your knowledge.
Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How many of you have ever said to yourself, "This is not enough time in the day"? Take one and pass it. Thank you. How many have ever said that?
Every day.
Every day?
Yes.
Do you want more hours in the day?
Yes.
I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't give you any more hours. Each one of us has 1,440 minutes each day. You ever count it down to minutes?
No.
You think about 24 hours. 1,440 minutes a day. The question is, how are you making them count? What do you do? Now, I said I'm going to do today's Tuesday. It is now, what time is it? 8:30? What time is it?
8:40.
8:40, okay. From the time you woke up this morning to now, what have you accomplished? Anybody willing to give me the itinerary from the time you got out of your bed to now?
I rescheduled, after prayer, I rescheduled an appointment with Comcast.
Okay. Well, first of all, let's get you out of bed.
Okay.
What time did you get out of bed?
At around 6:30.
Okay. Then after that, was the first thing you did?
Prayer.
Okay.
And brushing and
Okay.
washing.
Okay.
We're doing time management for Elmira.
No, I just want to hear from you
Yeah.
from that time to now.
Yes, and then I did check my email, and as I said, cancel an appointment with Comcast. Proceeded to make a phone call, realized that it's not in this time management at this point, and then I began to get dressed to come here.
Okay, all right. What I want each one of you to think in terms of whenever you start your day, there are three major components. There's the personal, all considering business owners. We're talking about entrepreneurs, business owners, what aspect. Even if you work a 9 to 5, your business is your 9 to 5, whatever that is, okay? It's your personal, it's your business, and it's your professional. So we really have to juggle those three components each and every day. And it's up to you to decide how you're going to put that in. Now, as you see in the handout, if you look at it, everyone has, that's 1,440 minutes. Personal, professional, and business, okay? And you really need to define any action that you give time to, what that's going to give back to you. Decide. Not just, and I heard you, Elmira, said when you felt as if when you started doing calls and you realized, did you say to yourself, this is not good time management?
Yes.
Okay. We need to be thinking like that. If we find ourselves, and I like to give the illustration as the fact that how many times once you get up in the morning, how many trips to the bathroom do you really take? Simply because you haven't organized about what you're going to wear. And of course, if you share a bathroom or if you're in a house with someone, you may have to leave for them to come in and all of that. But the key thing is plan your day so when you get up in the morning, you leave your bedroom. Your next stop is typically the bathroom. You may have to go back in your bedroom and get your clothes. But essentially, if it's a certain section of the house, it's like you're planning your journey. I'm moving away from the bedroom, moving away from the bathroom, into possibly the kitchen. They get your coffee or your breakfast, then either moving out of the door to your outside business or your office in the home to start your day. But you won't get there with any productivity if you haven't planned how you're going to do it. That's the key thing there. So you're looking at bedroom, wake up, get up, exercise, bathroom, get dressed, leave bedroom. Kitchen, breakfast, family time, prepare lunch, morning meeting, meditation, whatever. Those two components will either get you out of the door, get you to your workplace to start your business day. Now, I heard you say check email. Now, we're in a time of technology, and we got beepers and everything going off. Every time there's a text, ring. Every time there's an email, ring. Every time there's a phone call, ring. Most of us are reactionary to each one of those. How many times do you look at your phone? If you've got your phone, even if you got it on vibrate, when it vibrates, what do? What do? You look at it. Why do you have it on vibrate? Why do you put it on vibrate? Does everyone have their phone on vibrate now?
I do.
Okay.
I turn it all off
Why?
because it distracts me.
Okay.
I can hear it even if it just vibrates.
Well, even whether you hear it or not, it's the whole thing of taking action with it. So the key thing, if you're really going to stay focused, now these time management tips I'm talking to you about for entrepreneurs are for everyone, no matter what, no matter what. And we as business owners have to be that much more focused to be focused and stay on that line with that, okay? So I'm saying, and challenge me on this if you want to, but just try it for a day. See how it works for you. Only check your email at certain intervals. Ever thought about that?
Yeah, I do that.
Do you do that?
I don't love my emails.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
limit my
How often do you
access.
check yours?
Oh, probably 4 to 5 times a day.
Okay. I'm saying 9, 12, 3, and 5. 9 o'clock typically when you're starting out. See who sent anything. How many normally check your email as soon as you get out of bed? Okay. Even before you've gotten to your office. Even before you're calling anybody. Even before whatever. With that. That's fine as long as that's your morning check-in. Then make that the morning check-in. I say 12 noon because if you've started your day in your business, your workplace, or whatever, between that 9 and 12, you've been focused to do different tasks and duties. Because if you're checking emails, you're losing your focus, whether you're doing a proposal, whether you're brewing beer, whether you're talking on the phone, or whatever. It's like stay focused to the task at hand. Then at 12 noon, typically you stop for lunch. So check it before lunch. Then work another 2-3 hours, then 3 o'clock. To sort of wrap up the day, because you may have something that you may want to get to before you leave the office or in your day. So by 3 o'clock, you sort of check and see what you need to do before 5. Then you check it at the end of the day. Now, anything that comes in, and I like to say unless it's life or death or whatever, normally they're going to call you on your phone, text you, 911 or whatever. So it's not a fear typically to think, oh, something may have burned down after 5 o'clock. They're going to call you versus the email. This is just a way to sort of get accustomed to staying focused with your work and not be chained to your email with the beeping and all that. Same thing. When you check your email, respond then. Or if you get a lot of emails, like I do, I will put them in a folder. And then there are certain times when I'm checking it, then I may not have time. Like this morning, I did not check my email. I did not check it. I knew I'd be back home probably at least 10 or 11. I'll then check it. If someone needed to get me before I left out, they would have texted me. Now you have to train your people, or people who relate to you, how to communicate to you. Now a lot of that is done with your phone message. Your cell phone message, your home office message, your business message you got with that. I'll talk later about how you can avoid phone tag. How many times you call someone, then they call you back. You call them back. You call them back. You know, that's time. That's time with that. So check email at 9, 12, 3, and 5. Respond to emails and send any emails. You know, the best thing I learned a long time ago, it normally takes less time to do something right then than to think about, well, should I do it now? Should I do it later? You know, and that may only be 2 or 3 minutes, but it's probably going to take you less time than that to just get it done. You know, so those are all time savers with that. Now, make phone calls, same thing at specific times. Now you may want to do it at the same time you do email, or you may want to do your phone calling at different times. But have a designated time to do it. Because number one, make sure when you're making your phone calls, you have the information right with you. If someone had called you and asked you a specific question, don't call them back unless you've got that answer for them. And if you call them back and they don't pick up, leave the information. Be specific with it. I'm responding to your call. This is your information you requested. If you need to follow back with me, I'm available at this time, at this number. Not like they call you, you call them back. Meanwhile, they haven't gotten the information. They're wondering why you haven't called them back with the information. And it's back and forth. It's back and forth with that, okay? Review your to-do list. How many of you have a to-do list each day?
Yes, I do.
Okay. How do you keep that list? Electronically, in writing, or what?
On my phone.
In your phone? How do you keep yours, Cal?
On my phone.
It's all on my calendar. I just
Okay.
schedule my day.
Yellow pad.
Yellow pad?
I have a task list on my computer.
Okay. So, everyone needs that. Whether it could even be a day you're off and you're not really going to go in the office, because back again, that personal or professional life, we always got the grocery store, the cleaners. Heard you're going to Big Lots after here. I'm headed to Giant, and then to Harris Teeter, then to Walmart. We all have things to do. So I can't keep everything in my head and just remember. Just like I make a list when I go to the grocery store. You know, I make a to-do list and task list to make sure I get things done. Now, the key thing of having a to-do list each day, arrange it according to the priority that needs to get done. If the day is Tuesday and you've got something that's due Wednesday, Thursday, or whether you get it done today or not, put a timeline on when it needs to be done by. So that's at the top of the folder, that's at the top of the list to make sure you stay on point. This whole thing, I've heard people say, well, you know, I work best under stress or last minute. I don't believe it. Because anything can happen. You know, I learned my lesson a long time ago. It had to be 15, 20 years ago, that I was preparing for a workshop or something. And I needed to print up some things. Oh, I'll wait until the last minute. You know what happened? Ran out of ink. Ran out of ink. And I was like, this is back in the day, a fax machine. Wasn't even an email. Can I fax this to you? Can you print this out for me? Or or even write it down. It was like, I'll never do that again. You know, so ahead of time, get your things done. Get your things done. So, priority with everything that you're doing, whether it's written or whatever. So complete your daily tasks. And I heard you say, Brittany, you check it off. Doesn't that give you a good feeling?
Yes.
When you have your to-do list for today and you steadily either check it off or scratch through it or highlight it, because what does that tell you?
You've gotten stuff done.
You gotten stuff done. You've gotten stuff done. So that's really important. So I tell people, when you're doing your work schedule, whether you set it up Sunday night or whatever else, determine, and I use this terminology, I have my office days and field days. Now, office days are typically when I'm mostly in my office, working, phone calls, emails, just working. Field days, today's a field day. I'm out here this morning. So whenever I have an out day, I make it an all out day. And that's me and my personality. Because if I'm coming out to do this, then I stop a couple of places with stores. When I get back in, I'm not as focused as if I had started out that morning. That's with me. So really figure out what works with you. So I have field days and I have office days. I typically take, this for entrepreneurs, you've got to work smart. Don't work hard, but work smart. Work productively. I am best in the middle of the week. I take Mondays off. I take Friday afternoon off because in my mindset, wow, just finished the weekend. I don't want to see anybody Monday morning. So that's my time. Or end of the week, Friday afternoon, that's my downtime. That's my joy and the blessing of being an entrepreneur. I can set my schedule as long as I can get everything done. So whether I work 3 days a week, 2 days a week, or 1 day a week, get it done, everything you need to get done. So set your days around how you work best. So whether it's a field day, office day, morning time, because research has shown we are most productive when we are most productive. How many are morning people? How many are evening, night owls? You do your best work when you're in your zone. You do your very best work. And along with it, give yourself some time during the day. I hear you say an hour for is meditation. I start that out, but every business owner, every person working in any kind of job, you need some me time. Now your me time just may be thinking about the projects you've got going on. It could be thinking about or reading. Part of professional, is I'm constantly reading, constantly on the web. I get magazines from Fast Company to Inc. to Entrepreneur, and I read those. I'm reading Wall Street Journal online because that's my education. And if you don't get it in, you lose track of what's around you. Now, whether it's every day, whether it's twice a week, 3 times a week, man, I know, well, you're open Friday afternoons, right?
Yes.
I'm going to be coming here. I don't drink beer, but I'll get some coffee.
Okay.
And I'll have my Inc. magazine, and that's when I can do some planning. Because every entrepreneur needs to do that. I just spent some time down at the coffee shop down on 12th Street, because that's my time. Everyone needs that, because if you're not on your, I said, not only just P's and Q's, you've got to be operating at 110%. 110. 99 just won't do. It just will not, because we're in, I say a war out here because economy and everything, not that you have to beat your competitor, but you just want to be the very best that you do. It's all about you and what you accomplish with that. So, you complete your daily task in order, then any others that come up. Now, I'm not saying have this task list written in stone or really in permanent ink that you can't change it, because things will happen. Something may come up during the day. And if it comes up, that's allowing yourself, because realism, not that I'm an engineer but have done some study in the sciences, is that if most of the time if people run out of time, the real reason they've overestimated or underestimated the time it will take. Am I right?
Oh, yes.
So to get a realistic idea of how long things take, go back to when you've done it before. If your goal is to make 50 phone calls, contact 10 people, email, or whatever else, then how long did it take you to do it before? Don't get into crunching the numbers, 1.5 minutes per call, or whatever. Not that necessary, but to have that idea with that, okay? So make sure you plan it and give some flex time in there. When I'm on the field day, I plan my time and give myself some extra time. I'm going to be in Bethesda, Maryland tomorrow. I've got two meetings tomorrow morning. One at 9:30. No, actually, the first one I had set was 11:30. And so I got another call, and they said, well, they were in the same area. So I said, well, I'm meeting someone at 11:30. Can you meet me at 9:30? I had already decided when I made the 11 that I was going to go early anyway, because that was going to be my time at this coffee shop. So now I'm going to go at 8. So I'm going to get my time in, do my 9:30, and then I'm going to do my 11:30. That's working productive. That's the whole thing. Make one trip count for a lot of different things. That's the only way, the best thing to do with that. So when you place your daily tasks or whatever. Now, assigning responsibility. Now, I heard, Phil, you say you got one part-time employee.
Yes.
For those who have employees, do you have a task and responsibility outlined for them? What they're tasked to do?
Yes.
Okay, real important, because everything you need to get done needs to be assigned responsibility of who's gonna get it done, as well as when you want it done. Now, those of us who work for ourselves, I've got an administrative assistant who comes in twice a week, so she has a list. This is what I want done, and actually, I'm pretty good at putting a time on there. So last time she was working with me in my office, and it was assignment, it was a database entry, and I had estimated like an hour and a half. So she was downstairs working in my office, and I gave her like an hour and a half, and went down there. It's like, where are you with this? Well, I didn't like what I did with this, and so I just erased it and started over. I said, oh no, you didn't. And she said, yes, I did. And I'm like, that's not good use of time. Because whatever way you wanted it, because I'd already checked what she was doing. What she was doing is fine. But it's like, and I explained to her, this causes double work. You were on track with me. But to have to go back now, and so that was essentially another hour and a half that you had to spend in doing that task. And you may say, well, what, it was only an hour and a half. Hour and a half, every day, every other day, adds up, adds up, adds up, okay? So, review your day at the end of the day. Then do any of you do that? Do you ask yourself, what have I accomplished today? Sometimes. If you have time. Put that in. It only takes a minute. Only takes a minute. In fact, I have scrolling over my computer screen, and I go with Phoebe. Phoebe, have you fulfilled your purpose today? And I have to answer that question. Have I or have I not? And it's okay if you haven't. Don't beat yourself up. It's okay if you haven't. Just look at for is what didn't go along with the timing that you had planned. Something may have come up. Things will happen. That's okay. Just recognize it. You know, mistakes or failures, they teach us something. You know, and it's the whole point of learning something from that. So review your day, assess your day, then ask yourself that question. Have you fulfilled your purpose? Now, your purpose comes down to your mission. That all goes in your daily work. Anybody want to give me a mission statement? Who's got a mission statement for your company? What's your mission statement?
We serve the community and the residents of DC for their dental care needs.
We serve the community and the residents of DC for their dental care needs. Okay. So, easy question. Have you fulfilled your purpose? Every day. Whenever you've seen someone, every day. Every day. Anybody else got a mission statement? Which mission statement?
We're working on
Okay. You probably already got it. That's why I'm pausing. Because, and the reason why I say he probably already has it, there was a reason why you opened. That's your mission. Why I also believe you already have it. What's the name of his business? The public option. What does that say? What does that say?
Well, I guess you're right. We do have a mission. We're working on being able to articulate it in a concise way.
Okay.
But
Why the name?
a
That sounds like a mission to me.
number of reasons. I thought clearly I haven't worked out a concise way to articulate all of this, but we're interested in experimenting with individual private capitalism in service of some larger goals, expanding the definition of success as a capitalist.
Okay, okay. Now, by hearing the name, the public option, what that says to me, that you're giving an option to the public to decide how they can perceive how they live life. Does that sound?
That's pretty good. Can I use it?
See me afterwards.
No,
See me afterwards. But really, you know, Phoebe, I don't know if any of you have been in any sessions in which I told where the name Phoebe comes from. That was really given to me in Divine 1988. Actually, when it's just like the words came, and when the name Phoebe was said, only person I knew named Phoebe was Phoebe Snow. Y'all know the musician. Well, it's biblical. 16th chapter of Romans, Phoebe was a woman in ancient times. She was a servant. She was a businesswoman. She was a woman who was well respected and took care of business. And that's the epitome of who I am and what I do. My mission statement is to help every individual achieve their fullest potential. And I do that by being a catalyst to their success. That's who I am, and that's my mission. Okay? So, and looking at, for the fact, your mission statement and actually your marketing strategy, because your mission statement, they all work together. Your mission statement determines your marketing strategy. Your marketing strategy determines your daily tasks. Your daily tasks will then determine what you get back. What you get back will determine your bottom line. So, if you want to increase your bottom line, you work backwards. What are you doing every day? Why you're doing it every day is related to your marketing strategy and what's your mission to accomplish. Your mission will determine who your target market is. Who are you serving? Who are you serving? Who do you want to serve? How many of those people can you serve? How many people of these are out here within a 3-mile, 5-mile, 1-mile radius? All those are factors that entrepreneurs and business owners really should have and need to have in place. So once you've done all that, keeping your mission statement, keeping your marketing strategy, keeping your daily tasks, you put back in that folder either electronically, on a pad, or computer, okay, this is what I accomplished today, let me move to the next day. Steadily moving along. Never stop. Don't think in terms of, well, I didn't do what I needed to do yesterday. Then pick it up the next day. Learn from why you may not have done it. A lot of times we put too much on our plate.
Yeah, one of the things that I went into the time management thing I took a long time ago was that, you know, plan for 80% of your day because the other 20% is just a crapshoot.
Absolutely.
And your day just
Absolutely.
So, you know,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
That's
so-
it.
and
Build
does-
that in.
Yeah, you just kind of build it in so you set yourself up for success instead of failure every day.
Yes, absolutely. And then you're setting yourself up for success because when you get that success, what's that feeling you have?
Yeah, better than it does.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You know, instead of saying, well, you know, I didn't do everything I need to do today. Well, did you not do everything you didn't need to do? But what did you get done? You know, praise what you got done versus what you did not do with that. Now, anybody want to volunteer? I need a volunteer.
No, I need to get it.
Oh, you leave and I thought you would volunteer. Anyone want to volunteer?
What are we doing? I'll volunteer.
Just-
I'll volunteer.
I'm afraid there's stuff
2 minutes. What's our time? What's our time? Are we running out? Okay. This is your day.
Yeah, your day's up.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Nice.
These are your hours in a day. Okay? So, priority. Your priority, putting your priority things. What's the first things you do every day? What do you have to do? Never any questions asked. What's the first thing?
My wife,
A whole hour?
yeah.
each one of those in an hour.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, all right, so this is collectively through the course of the day. Okay, for an hour, let's see what I have to do.
But what's the first thing? What's the priority things that you have to get done?
I take care of personal life.
And what is that? And how many hours?
That's about 2 hours.
Okay, so put 2 of them. Okay, so that would be telling your wife you love her in the person.
And taking care of the dog
Okay,
and all.
okay. All right, what's the next thing?
Eating
Eating,
an hour for all those meals.
okay. All right, next thing. Priority things, the first things that have to be done each day.
Oh man, I'm a bad volunteer.
You
for
work.
this. Yeah.
How many hours you work a day?
About
10? Then put 10.
10. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, what's next? You got work in, you got personal time, you're eating, what else?
Sleep.
Sleep? How many hours you sleep?
6.
Anything else?
For 1 hour. No. It's not very much left.
You actually had 4 hours left, you only had 20 balls.
Oh, okay.
That was a setup.
That's all right. All right.
I was purposeful. Again, as you just said, for as you don't plan for all those 24 hours in there. Yeah. So I just use this as an illustration to show that's really what you do. You put in your priority things in there, things that you have to get done each day. You know, and the time for work or whatever, that may be flexible from 8, 10, and so forth, so you have some flexibility. But that time that's left, that is your downtime. As Cal, I think, confessed on radio, his Netflix binging time with that. But it's up to you and what you do with that time. So make it easy on yourself. Don't put more stress on yourself than it needs to be. You know, I think it was, you get yourself in a huff and looking at, oh, I'm rushing this. That's when you see people rushing around. That's when you see people speed, and it's like, and then you're going to catch them at the next light anyway. And you go flying past you. It's like, what are you in so much of a hurry for? Life really should be enjoyed because life is a journey. It's a journey. And it's up to us how we enjoy that journey with that. So those are 10 tips for time management, not just for entrepreneurs, but for everyone. But take time. I like to say take time and smell the coffee. Smell the coffee, drink the coffee, smell the beer, drink the beer, smell the roses, whatever. Spring is coming or whatever. You know, and even sometimes seasonal times will give you that to do more. You know, whether it's digging in the dirt and so forth, or looking at what you do for your business and all of that.
Shoveling the snow.
Yeah. Indeed, indeed. Any questions? No questions?
There is this P word called procrastination.
Procrastination.
That kicks in. You can have your morning scheduled to 2 hours.
How do you get over procrastination?
Well, you have to do it. But that little voice that procrastination comes with, it just gets there when you're running on the roll and all of a sudden something, oh, I forgot to do this. So you stop that and you go and do something else, and then what you were doing has not been completed.
Now, just as you said, you caught yourself. You need to do that. Think about it. When you ask yourself, should I spend another 10 to 15 minutes checking emails, sending emails when I know I need to do this now? Ask yourself the question,
Yeah,
then decide to do it.
you have to do it, yes.
Anything else? Now, some people use, have you ever heard the rubber band thing? The rubber band to remind you to do things? You put a rubber band around your wrist. You stop popping yourself with the rubber band, you stop doing it. I don't use that. I don't use it. What I'm passing out are the 10 tips. Keep them before you. As well as Google Hangouts. How many of you have used Google Hangouts? Have you used Google Hangouts before?
I have, but I'm not an expert.
Okay. How have you used it?
To conference call and to share documents.
Okay. All right. How has anyone else used it? Anyone else use it? Okay. Google Hangout is when you can set a time and everyone goes on Google and you can see each other on your computer. This is a tool to use in your business. Well, I forgot. I gave each one of you a marketing challenge. Bottom of the sheet. You have to go over it. Oh, I knew I'd finished too fast. Read it back. The marketing challenge for the next 30 days. What does your voicemail message say on your phone?
It's not good.
Okay. Why is it not good? And you know you need to change it.
I know I need to change it. It doesn't direct people to my website for more detail.
Your
That's
voice,
all to do there.
your voicemail message, the challenge I'm giving you, especially those who are in retail or run a business or whatever, perfect. When you had the pop up, your voicemail message, all that week, should have said, come see us Sunday, February 21st, for the pop-up is from the That's a marketing tool. That's with your voice message, that's with your email signature. So a marketing challenge, you can do it for 1 week, 1 day, or whatever. Make it personal. Good morning or good day. Say good day because I will cover morning, evening, and night. Today is Wednesday, wonderful Wednesday. Welcome to the public option. We have for you Friday night. Come in and visit us at 4 o'clock. And we'll have this, and this. Of the dental practice. Welcome. Have you brushed your teeth today? I mean, really, this is your opportunity. It takes 1 minute to change your mail message. 1 minute. That can lead other people to you. Because what will happen is that the people who are calling you, they will say, you know, my dentist had this message, or I called this restaurant, and they had given me that thing's going on there on the weekend. That's what we're talking about. So make sure with that. But again, for the backside of this talking about for time is simply that, managing your time. I'm doing a Google Hangout. That's on March 9th. That's, if you want more customers, more clients, more business, we'll be going over that. So it's a teaching tool. So versus going out, sitting somewhere, go in front of your computer. Have a special for Rhode Island Avenue businesses. It's typically $69. You save $20, so it's only $49. So those who are interested in signing up, please go on my website and check under my store, and you can sign up. This is National Entrepreneurship Week, from yesterday to Saturday the 27th. So Friday night I will be at the Microsoft store at Pentagon City doing Phoebe Pinch Tank, sponsored by Microsoft. So if you're interested in pitching your business or just coming, just to see and just to network, please come. Next Wednesday, March 2nd, will be at WeWork on S Street, the Wonder Bread Factory, at 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock with that. On Friday morning, I will be at Virginia Business Opportunity Fair at the Holiday Inn Roslyn. So, opportunities everywhere. Someone asked me yesterday, wait, Phoebe, you're everywhere. No, I'm not everywhere. I'm a lot of places. And I said to them, if I don't know how to market myself, how can I market you? I'm pretty good at marketing myself. I can be pretty good at marketing. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.